C. Hannah outlined a shape with toothpicks made of exactly two sets of parallel lines, but no right angles. So Hannah's using toothpicks and she's making a shape with them. The shape that she made has two pairs of parallel lines and no right angles. Ezekiel, focus. And they want to know what shape is the shape that she made. Let's take a look at the different options. A says that maybe she made a rectangle. Okay. Whenever they give me a problem about shapes, if they don't give me a picture, I draw my own. If they give me a picture, that's great. It's fantastic and I love it. But if they don't give me a picture, I draw my own picture. Brianna, make sure you're paying attention. So there's my rectangle. Need two sets of parallel lines. A rectangle does have two sets of parallel lines. So my line was actually a little bit crooked there when I fixed that. There we go. Okay. So it's got the top line and the bottom line. Those are parallel. Because even if I stretch them off and they go forever and ever, they're not going to run into each other. It's got the left, the right. Those are parallel lines. Because if I stretch those out forever and ever, they're never going to run into each other. Well, that first part's okay. But this says no right angles. In a rectangle, all I have are right angles. That is the only kind of angle a rectangle has. So if this says no right angles, it can't be a rectangle. B says that maybe it's a square. Okay, maybe it's a square. Let's try. I've got a square. Okay. Square has two pairs of parallel sides. Got the left and the right. Got the top and the bottom. Both of those are parallel. But a square, like a rectangle, has four right angles. And the problem said that it didn't have any right angle. Cannot be a square. A rhombus. Okay, let's try a rhombus. Okay, I've got a rhombus now. Let's see about the parallel sides. One pair of parallel sides. Two pairs of parallel sides. Okay, it's got the parallel sides. But what about the right angles? That's not a right angle. That isn't the right angle either. There is that one. Neither is that one. No right angles. Got acute angles. Got obtuse angles. But there's no right angles. So a rhombus looks pretty good to me. D says triangle. Look at what happens whenever I try to find parallel sides on a triangle. Left and the bottom. Nope. They run into each other. The right and the bottom. No. They run into each other. The left and the right. They run into each other. A triangle will never have parallel sides. Triangles cannot have parallel sides ever. So I don't even have to bother looking at the angles because triangles can't have parallel sides. So my answer has to be C, rhombus. Problem D. Angelina drew a quadrilateral that had no acute angles. Really quickly, quadrilateral. We talked about those kinds of polygons yesterday. How many sides does a quadrilateral have to have? That quadrilateral law. Kylie, how many sides?
4.
Has to have 4, so I'm going to put 4. There. Angelina drew a quadrilateral that had no acute angles. Which of these could be the quadrilateral Angelina drew? Okay, so again, they give me the names of these shapes, but they don't give me a picture. If they don't give me a picture, I'm going to draw my own. F says a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. G says a parallelogram. Real quick, parallelograms, people sometimes have problems drawing them, but I'm going to show you kind of like a trick, okay? I usually start parallelograms with the bottom. I'm just going to draw a straight line across. To make it a parallelogram, I'm going to put 2 more lines, but instead of going up and down like I would for drawing a rectangle, I need 2 diagonal lines. 1, 2. Then all you have to do is draw the line on the top. H says a trapezoid. If you got a problem drawing a trapezoid, start off by drawing a triangle and then just cut off the top. Erase it. There's my trapezoid. And J says a rhombus. A rhombus just looks like a diamond, like what you find on the playing card. Okay. Quadrilateral, 4 sides. Do I have any shape that doesn't have 4 sides? Christopher, do I have any shapes that don't have four sides? Do I have any shapes that don't have four sides? No, they all have four sides. So I have to start looking at their angles. We talked about these shapes yesterday. A rectangle, one of the rules to be a rectangle is you need to have four right angles. These other shapes don't have any rules about the sides or about the angles that you can have. They can have whatever kind of angles they want. In this case, my parallelogram has obtuse angles and acute angles. My trapezoid has obtuse angles and acute angles. My rhombus has acute angles and obtuse angles. Chase, did I say it was time yet, sir? Relax. They want something with no acute angles. There's only one shape here that does not have acute angles. What's the only shape that does not have any acute angles? Kylie.
The rectangle.
The rectangle. It's the only one that doesn't have any acute angles. The parallelogram has acute angles. Trapezoid and the rhombus have acute angles. Only the rectangle does